What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And Sean Brady just absolutely dominated and finished Leon Edwards in the 4th round by submission with a guillotine choke. Absolutely ragdolled Leon Edwards for basically all of this fight. They had a competitive round 1 and a dominant round 2, 3, and a 4 leading to the finish. Overall, the card was mid as fuck. This card was pretty underwhelming. I saw in the lead up everyone saying, we got a really stacked card here, this is going to be great fun, and then it just ended up being kind of shit like all these London cards are. Like, London, get your shit together, produce warriors instead of point fighters. Do us all a favour so we can actually get some fun fights, because this card was not very good. There were 4 finishes out of 13 fights, and none of those finishes were like, oh my god, crazy. From memory. I'm trying to think. Like, the 4 finishes on the card, obviously Sean Brady in the main event, Chris Duncan, all the finishes submissions, I think. Hang on. I'm trying to remember. So, was it... Oh, no, there was only... Hang on. Who else got... So, Chris Duncan got a finish. Oh, yeah. Every single finish was a submission. So, there was no crazy KOs. There was nothing like, oh my god, highlight reel. It was fun-ish at moments. The prelims were atrocious. The main card picked up a bit, but was still pretty mid. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll recap the entire card. We'll start with the main event. Sean Brady, Leon Edwards. Yeah, I picked Brady. I should have been more I was confident. I should have been even more confident. I had my locks all wrong for this card. I thought Vucenic was a lock, and I thought Graham was a lock. Both of them lost. To be honest, I should have just immediately then and there changed my pick to Chris Duncan. When Graham got fucking 30-27 and beaten up. But yeah, anyway, all good. But yeah, I thought I was pretty confident in Brady. I thought stylistically it was just a bad matchup, but it was difficult to call him a lock, even though he ended up looking like it. I bet money on him. He saved my week a little bit. I still had an atrocious week betting wise. If you were in the stream, you would know. But yeah, it was a good fight. It was not like super fun, but it was impressive. It wasn't just lay and pray crotch sniff. Like, he actually dominated Leon when he got to the ground. The takedowns were solid. Round 1, they came out hot. Leon was actually throwing shots, being aggressive, all that. Round 2, Brady just he got him down at the very end of round 1 with like a trip. Round 2, 3 were just basically the same thing. It was just dominance. Leon tried to shoot a takedown at one point. That's when I knew he was cooked. And yeah, it's not, Leon's just not a guy who has I'm like, if Leon wins this fight, he's going to have to keep it on the feet and just kick him at range the whole time, and he's going to win a decision. It's not like when Brady was winning the 2nd and 3rd, I'm like, Leon comes out in the 4th, and I'm like, oh, I'm worried he could still finish him here. Like, no. It was always, like, as soon as Brady got the first takedown, I felt very good about my pick, and he was able to consistently get takedowns. I was very impressed. I think this is an very, very good performance from Sean Brady, dominating Leon Edwards, who is a guy that I don't think has been subbed, at least not in the UFC from memory. A guy that is, went to a close-ish decision, 48-47 with Bilal Muhammad, beating Usman in the trilogy, beating Colby Covington comfortably. And yes, a fighter who has had their flaws at moments, but still, like, Leon Edwards is not a guy who just, is a complete bum. Like, yes, his grappling has kind of been exposed, and his heart and his willingness to stay in a fight which is losing has been exposed, because once Sean Brady beat him up in round 1, there was just nothing from Leon to get up. He tried for some reversals, nothing doing. He just got absolutely dog walked here. So yeah, very impressive stuff from Sean Brady. I put up a poll, if you guys think, on my community page, if you guys believe that Sean Brady will become a UFC champion. It's roughly even right now. I think he will. I truly believe that that he would beat Jack Della Maddalena comfortably would beat him. And UFC, that was booked for UFC 290. JDM should be fucking thanking his lucky stars that fight didn't fall. That Brady got staff and had to pull out, because that would have been absolutely fucking atrocious for him if he'd fought Sean Brady on that night. The JDM that fought Burns versus the Sean Brady that fought Leon, JDM's getting 50-45s, or subbed, to be honest. And I don't think it's that debated. Yes, he can win, and he can put it on him on the feet, because he does have power. He does have a bit more aggression than Leon. He does have the ability to actually, put damage on someone, unlike Leon. But I just think grappling-wise, Brady's too much for pretty much everyone. Bilal is close, a rematch with Bilal again. I just think he looked so much better. And also, people are acting like Bilal just dog walked him the whole time. It was a competitive fight, and he like landed a shot, and then Brady sort of quit, right? But that was, or just shelled up and just froze. Brady talked a lot about like he was not in the right spot going into that fight. There was a bunch of weird shit going on. And you know, when people make excuses, like when Leon makes excuses about the Bilal fight, I'm just like, but also that's happened like 5 times. Like you've looked like that in every single one of your fights against this style, right? But with Brady, I believe him because he's come out there since and looked dominant, whooped Kelvin Gastelum, whooped up Burns pretty comfortably, and beaten up and subbed Leon Edwards. Very impressive. I believe he beats most of these guys. Buckley's competitive. Again, Buckley's a strong dude, could keep it on the feet, but I just don't know how many guys have beaten Sean Brady in a 5-rounder. You guys know I love CP as much as the next person, but I think Sean Brady might be a bit too much for CP. You know, I've mapped out this Carlos Prates' career path perfectly. He's going to stick around at welterweight. He's going to KO Jeff Neal, and the second if Sean Brady gets the belt or if Islam moves up, Prates is what's the word? He's activating Operation Anorexia and dropping to 155. Because I don't know how well he's going to do against these heavy pressure grapplers at welterweight like Brady, or like an Islam. If either or Bilal, if any of them is champ, if JDM's champ, if Buckley's champ, those are 2 matchups I think he can win, like stylistically. But I don't know how well he's going to go against these dudes who are just going to spam takedowns and hold them down. So anyway, I of course had to talk about Prates in this video. But Prates beats Leon Edwards, by the way. KOs him. Just saying, it just would happen. Like, I remember there was like a brief, there was not really like a rumor, but it was like Prates posted like a graphic of him versus Leon Edwards saying like soon, and we all kind of thought that like maybe they were doing that and just speed running him. I do truly believe Prates KOs Leon Edwards, and I don't think it's that crazy to say. But anyway, I won't talk about Prates. But Leon, it's rough for Leon Edwards. Who can he fight? He's probably going to get... Look, if Prates sleeps Jeff Neal, I don't mind them doing Prates Leon, to be honest, later in the year. Or you could do an Ian Gary versus Leon Edwards. But again, Gary wants to fight now, and Leon just fought and isn't a notoriously active guy. So I think Leon's going to take time. I think Gary will fight someone else in the meantime. I don't mind Gary versus Buckley. I don't mind Buckley versus Brady. We're talking about who's next. I believe Brady deserves a title shot more than Shavkat. I think dominating Gilbert Burns and Leon Edwards is better than eking out decisions over a decision over Ian Gary and then getting some like a mid submission over Wonderboy and a back and forth fight with Jeff Neal, which he won. All right. I think Sean Brady deserves it more, but again, he has lost to Bilal, so there was the fresh matchup aspect, and also Shavkat was booked for the fight. So do I think he deserves it? No. Should he have to fight again against either a Buckley or a Brady? Yes. But I think ultimately what will probably happen is Brady versus Buckley. If I want to see Buckley versus Osman, but Osman just appears to not even want to fight anymore. But yeah, Brady versus Buckley. Shavkat will just sit out and get the title shot. It's not what should happen, but it's probably what will happen. So that's my prediction. And then yeah, Leon Edwards is going to sit out for 8 months. He can fight Prates after he sleeps Jeff Neal. That can happen. So anyway, that'll do it for that fight. Let's move on though to the co-main event. Co-main, we had a range kickboxing fight between Jan Blachowicz and Carlos Ulberg. I thought Blachowicz kind of won that shit, to be honest. Look, I got my pick right. I scraped positive. The picks have been fucking rough recently. I've basically been going like 7-6 or like 6-4 on like all of these cards. So we started really well and we're in the bin now right now, but all good. Even on the bets, I was up like $150 at the start after the Saudi card, and now since then I think I'm up $7 on the year for UFC bets. Other sports not treating me so kindly, so I think overall I am down on my gambling endeavors. But either way, Jan Ulberg, who won? It was like, you can't call robbery. Like, realistically, every fucking round was close. Like, every round was a toss-up. Like, let's be honest, this is not like it was 1 clear Ulberg, 3 clear Blachowicz, 2 was a swing round or some shit like that. I'm gonna get up MMA decisions right now. I think it was pretty close. People had it. Unanimous is interesting. I really did think it would be a split, but also the unanimous was not unanimous in giving Ulberg the same rounds. Every judge gave him the second. I agree. I think he won the second. But one judge, Vitor Palillo and Ben Cartledge gave him the third, and then David Letherby gave him the first. So a judge gave. So it shows that it is justifiable to give it to Blachowicz, because again, 2 judges gave him the first, and then 1 judge gave him the third. So on MMA decisions, more people are leaning Oldberg. Show results. Again, 89.9% of people gave Blachowicz the first. I don't know how a judge gave Oldberg the first, to be honest. 72% of people gave Oldberg the second. And then, fan-wise, everyone scored it for Blachowicz. 79% or 72%, sorry, scored him the third. So most people actually seem to think Blachowicz won. Again, I'm not going to say robbery. And also, if you leave a fight that lacking action or activity, you can't really be mad at the decision. Like, yes, Oldberg backed up, but Blachowicz really didn't have much effort to put it on him. He didn't shoot takedowns. He really didn't have much aggression. So yeah, it was close. And yeah, I do kind of lean Blachowicz winning, but it is what it is, man. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight, and we had Kevin Holland, Mr. 45-70. This was actually kind of fun. It was goofy at moments, and it got kind of dead at times. But overall, I actually enjoyed this fight. I thought I picked Holland by KO round 1, and I was almost spot on because he almost put Gunnar Nelson away at the end of the first. In the end, doesn't get stopped. Gunnar Nelson survives, and then, yeah, close. I gave it 30-27 Holland. I think they had it 29-28. Who cares again? I don't know. It was alright. Holland again proved, because everyone was questioning Holland's takedown defense, which is reasonable, right? But it's the same thing this was the same thing to me as the Chiesa fight. He's against someone, he's smaller frame than him. Gunnar Nelson was at a 10-inch reach disadvantage, and he's way better at stuffing. His takedown defense, yes, he got taken down, but for the most part, it looked way better. He didn't just get toppled over with one fucking slight double leg with the Ritter. He was actually able to balance and stay up and look half decent. So Holland looked good. I want him to stay at welterweight. I think you can do him. Oh, by the way, as I said before, you're probably I assume you figured it out. The pictures of the guys on the left is who I want them to fight next. I think Oldberg, you ain't getting a title shot, buddy. Let's go for that. Yuri Prohaska is gonna sleep this bomb. Anyway, this fight, I want to see Holland Luque. I think they're going to give Holland... They're not just going to do Holland versus unranked guys. I think they did this Gunnar Nelson fight because he probably wanted a quick turnaround. And they're like, all right, who can we give him somewhat of a name, I guess? We're not going to... we're not paying this guy, 300k to fight, Zaleski dos Santos. They're going to give him, somewhat names or, spots that he could maybe do well in and bring some actual, highlights to the card, you know? So I say Luque... Pay-per-view main card opener seems like a real likely thing to happen, in my opinion. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight, and we had Molly McCann. Molly McCann retired. She lost. She got subbed in the first round by this Brazilian woman, I believe she is, Alexia Thainara. This bitch is weird as fuck. She was just dancing on the way out, screaming, twerked afterwards. Booker versus Eileen Perez. I don't care if they're 30 pounds apart weight class-wise. But yeah, I don't know. Tainara looked good, but again, it's I'm going to pick her probably moving forward because she appears to actually be pretty solid. She doesn't look like a bum, which is a positive in women's MMA. So I'll probably pick her in her fights. Alright, yeah, Molly McCann retired. They're running, they're showing Dana and everyone clapping and shit in the crowd and Paddy crying. This bitch went 7-7 in the UFC. Legitimate, literal, no hyperbole, 500 level fighter. Best, only relevant because she got a spinning elbow KO over Luana Carolina and then walked around the O2 Arena with a belt like a fucking idiot. So, I'm sorry, I don't want to be a dickhead, but, bro, they gave Molly McCann more respect of, a retirement than they did fucking Stipe. Fuck out of here. So, yeah, I guess, I swear to God, on next week's card or something, or if they run, or they put out a thank you Molly McCann retirement post or some shit, they run a promo for her, I'm actually going to be upset, because, they don't give a fuck about half of their guys, but Molly McCann, she's just a pioneer in women's MMA. She went 7-7 in the company. She's a 14-8 fighter overall. Fuck out of here. Anyway, let's move on. Next fight, Chris Duncan, Jordan Vucenic. Yeah, who fucking picked this, I guess? Shout out Swiss in my moderate, one of my mods in chat. He actually called the Chris Duncan. And I should have, again, I don't know why I had Vucenic. I bet on him as well. The odds were retarded in hindsight. Because Duncan, yes, he has looked mid at moments, right? But, he's beaten, he got subbed in the first round by Manuel Torres. That's why I kind of picked Vucenic by sub. But I was Vucenic's, look how good he looked against Garam on short notice. Garam must be good. Weasel has been telling us this guy's going to be a fucking future champion for years, right? But after Garam got absolutely whooped to start the night, I really should have changed my pick. But I don't think I'm allowed to to change my pick on fight day because of a previous result on the card. Like, I don't know how many people would accept that. But anyway, yeah, Chris Duncan subbed him. He dropped him in the first. This was back-to-back fights where a guy fumbled the first round finish, but in the end, Duncan actually gets the second round finish with the guillotine. Yeah, Vucenic's a bum. Just how bad is Paul? Just how bad is Usman Nurmagomedov got vicariously fraud-checked from this fight? Anyway, let's move on. Main card opener. This pissed me off. Morgan Charrier versus, what's the kid's name? Nathaniel Wood. I bet money on Morgan Charrier because the odds started like rapidly closing, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? This dude even money? Let me get on Morgan Charrier at like minus 110, right? And then turns out, to my detriment, I deposited an extra $50 into my account to be like, alright, I'll bet 20 on Charrier at even money. That'll make me some money back. I'll bet like a quick parlay and I'll chuck some more money on Sean Brady, right? I ended up betting on $10 on Sean Brady by points, so that failed. And then I just bet on him straight anyway. But what was it? It was yeah, Charrier got dropped early, and immediately I'm like, yeah, I'm cooked. And then he just loses the second and third. It was kind of a dead fight, to be honest. But next up, oh, this shit was ass. I ain't even talking about this. This lanky fuck, Jai Herbert Crispinelli. I thought Herbert won. He clearly won the third. I don't know. I thought he, like, my pick was like, it's going to be close. It's going to go either way. I think they'll give it to Herbert for, like, looking better while, like, using range. Which was pretty much how the fight went, but they gave it Padilla. No, this was like the opposite of UK bias judging. Like, all the English fighters that had close decisions lost. Before that, we had Lonnie Kavanagh versus Felipe Dos Santos. I'm pretty high on Kavanagh. I think he's real good. He won. I picked him. I had him as a lock, which again, my locks, there really weren't any fucking locks for this card. Like, but I just have an obligation to like put like 4 locks per card. Kavanagh he got dropped early, was tricky situation, ends up winning though. He's going to be real good in about like 2 years time. Like, he's going to challenge like Josh Van for the belt in about 3 years time. I'm telling that now. Like, I should do a video like predicting future, like 5 years from now, prospects like fighting for the belt or like #1 contender fights, yeah? Because I think like Josh Van, I could see him losing his first title shot. Like, I could see him winning like 2 more, getting Pantoja, losing, and then working his way back up and like winning the belt off once Pantoja's gone. And I really could see Kavanagh versus Van for the belt one day. Both guys young as hell, real good strikers. I think Van would win if they fought now. That's the difference though. It's like these other guys like Saruya and Kavanagh, right? Like, these guys look raw now. They look like they could do well now and they can still beat guys, but they need a lot of work. Well, this Van looks like he's ready for most of the top 10 now, even though he's really young. And that's the benefit of fighting so much, which he's done. Anyway though, let's move on. Mick Porkin, fucking hell. This blobfest. Again, I thought Parkin won. It was close. I'm not going to say robbery. All these fights were, like, close, right? Like, Parkin clearly won the second. First and third were close. Tybura probably won the first. I thought Parkin won the third. It was close, whatever. Whole bunch of nothing going on here. Before that, what did we have? We had CLD, this fucking bum. I dislike CLD. He actually pisses me off. I made the observation that Andrei Pulayev looks like a fucking Russian peasant, like a Soviet peasant from like the 1930s during the Great Depression. That's exactly the archetype, like anorexic, skinny build, like gaunt face. Like, that's what he looks like to me. CLD though, big juiced up, fucking bald fuck. Man, part of the mandem, you know. Are you mad, bruv? Man said close fucking decision. Man said shit performance. Are you dumb? He just, like, menacingly walked down Pulayev and threw some knees. I hate this guy's fighting style because he's dynamic and he's got striking, right? But he ends up just clinching guys half the time. Like, he just frame mogs them in the clinch and just wins shit fights. So it's kind of annoying. I'm going to do an athleticism merchant tier list in the UFC. So drop some guys who you think should be featured there. Anyway, mid-fight. Before that, do not redeem, sir. I should say it in a female accent. Do not redeem, sir. Please do not redeem. Puja Tomar dropped Sean O'Bannon badly in round 2 with a head kick and then just gives up an armbar. It was funny. Anyway, Indian MMA is in the bin. I'm going to do another video, worst country bases for MMA. So stay tuned for that. But Nathan Fletcher, Callan Lachlan, another fight where I clearly thought this one was actually more obnoxious. Like, Padilla Herbert was close. Tybora Parkin was close. I genuinely just do not see an argument to give Lachlan the third. He held him against the cage, and by his own admission, literally just spams takedowns, right? And then did nothing. And then Fletcher cuts him open and lands big shots at the end of the round. Like, it was a whole bunch of nothing to a whole bunch of clinch control, and then Fletcher rocks him and hurts him bad in the third. So, I don't know, I thought he won the fight. Before that, Guram, this was actually kind of fun, you know, just because, like, again, I lost money. I had money on Guram and Guram by decision, so it cost me some money. Again, every fucking fight cost me money on this card, though. But Guram went out there and just got absolutely schooled. Now, it's in hindsight, it was a dumb fucking pick, because, like, I know everyone, like, just had Guram as their lock. Guram was in everyone's parlays, but, like, and I do think there is something to that. Like, yes, Kaya is very good. I do seriously have, like, a conspiracy that at times, maybe not every time, but they keep track of, like, who's in everyone's parlays, right? And they see, like, millions of dollars worth of bets worldwide, like, across all these markets that like, I'm not kidding, there's probably, like, $1 million worth of bets, if you combine the entire fucking world, that had Guram in them. Right, and I'm not even thinking it's that far-fetched to be like, they gave Guram 50k on the side and said, oi, just let yourself get outstruck at range. Like, is that crazy? Now, I know, in hindsight, like, Kaya is good, right? Quay Fernandez. But, like, this dude got out-grappled by Mark Jacasey. Now, again, maybe this is just Guram being mid as fuck, which is a potential. And I'm not saying with this fight in particular, but, like, are you telling me there's no way that these minus 500 favourites that are losing sometimes aren't getting some money on the side to be like, oi, take a loss, and these gambling fucks are just making bank from everyone who's got them in their parlay? Like, that's not unrealistic to say. Anyway, it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that. Like, that is a real possibility in my opinion. But Quay looked good. Guram did nothing. I saw all these comments being like, imagine looking across the octagon and this is the corner with Hamzat and the Taporia brothers. I'm just like, being a great fighter doesn't mean you're a good cornerman. Like, I truly believe Guram needed an actual fucking coach in his corner. None of those guys are coaches. Like, I know Alexandre Taporia was in Ilya's corner. He was not his head coach. Alright? Hamzat is not a fucking corner person. He shouldn't be, even if he is. Like, I don't think it's beneficial just to, like, okay, I'm gonna get John Jones, Jose Aldo, and fucking Anderson Silva in my corner. Oh my god, I'm gonna win. No, it doesn't work like that. Like, you need an actual good corner that knows their fighter and knows how to get them up. Like, do I think Guram would have won if he had a better corner? No. But, like, do I think that he needed someone to actually direct him what to do and not just get outstruck at range and do nothing? Like, he could have looked way better and had more success. But anyway, that'll do it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. 7-6 on picks. Fucking washed. Lost like $80 on the card. I'm in the mud right now. Anyway, 3-14s. We got Mexico. We got Emmett versus Murphy. That's cool, I guess. And then we got 3-14. Jean Silva, Carlos Praches, Diego Lopez, Volkanovski, Pitbull, Yair Reyes, Chase Hooper, fucking Krylov, everyone. Paddy, Chandler, the whole lot. 3-14 stacked. That's what we need. Anyway, that'll do it. And yeah, goodbye. Peace out. See you later.